shovel. Got the pieces of the puzzle, putting it together's a struggle though.
Let's go. Break it down. Shake the sound. Shake the ground. Cage it down. I don't break.
Yo, what's good? Ciccone back again with another song breakdown analysis for Bull in a China Shop on my Puzzle Pieces album out now. Bull in a China Shop was a song idea I was bouncing around my head for a while, and when I finally went to write it, I wrote the hook first, so then I went and found the right tempo and key. Then I found a bunch of instruments that fit that kind of song theme and idea to experiment with first. Then I went and started with this dojo-like sounding mystical marimbas, laid those out. Then I went and added some snares to get the beat going. Then I layered some temple-sounding percussive synths on top of that. I also layered this temple-y sounding percussive synth with a huge cinematic orchestral sounding drums, just EQ'd right on top of them to layer it and give it a perfect complement. Then of course I went and laid the kicks and the bass. Then I went and laid some gongs and cymbals to capture the right sound and keep the beat going in the right direction. I then added some mandolin to the chorus to give it a perfect Italian classical kind of sound that went with the chorus parts perfectly. I finished with some hi-hats, and then I went and took some real cowbells, sampled them here in the studio, and then also added cowbells from the computer to give it a layered whole full sound, and did the same thing with the bongos, went and recorded real bongos here in the studio, and then layered them with the computer bongos. Added some steely sounding kind of guitars in there, just slightly, a bit in the certain parts, and then ended it with one more different plucky kind of synth that comes in right after the choruses. That's kind of, again, a temple-y dojo sounding kind of. I wanted the beat to be hard-hitting as possible and really hip-hop and rap sounding while still capturing the classical Italian dojo kind of bull in a china shop theme and sound I was going for.
Round and find out in crumbs. Like a bull in a china shop. Like you smash your vagina walk. Like you smash their chai mug pot. I'm like a bull in a china shop.
Controlled anger, don't get it twisted. Kundalini. The kundalini is a snake-like or snake-shaped negative energy form that arouses people and invokes them in the etheric when they enter the etheric realm without protection, of course. And it really goes up from their lower chakras to their higher chakras and wraps around them or their spine like a snake, and that's why it's called that, the kundalini. Do not try this, never do that. The amount of anger, hate, aggression it can invoke in someone is uncontrollable and dangerous. Tyler Perry and Fat Joe into minors. Then a couple bars down from that I go, they Diddy's, bro, like Stevie J, he loathes. They all Diddy's friends, of course, and are all gay. And that's important to know. Stay away from those people. And don't fuck with them, boycott them. After that line I go, cut and browse, coincidences arouse. Trying to milk their cash cow, Ice Cube his ass out. For their boost in movies, sneak diss me, that's how. And that is how. They have to throw subs at me, they have to play by the games, go along with the false narrative, and play by the rules of the industry if you want to get the industry's movie deals and boosts, as I say. And Ice Cube even admitted on his IG that my Puppeteer song was true and accurate. But of course he wants to get more movie deals and whatnot, so he has to throw more subs at me and go along with the rules of the game. But he never responded to me directly, of course, after I called him out on it. And took the L and can't respond directly because he's a pussy and not allowed to. And that's a simple test. If he can deal with you directly and not have to play by the rules of the cult, then he's not a part of the cult. But if he is part of the cult, then you would have to. Before each chorus in this song, I go, they're puppets like Pinocchio. Fuck OVO and their rodeo. And that's referring to Drake, of course, OVO, which is his label or whatever. And he's like Pinocchio, he's a complete puppet, of course. At the beginning of the second verse, I go, Marine Comey, you disgust us. Corrupt lawyers and judges, we need justice. Marine Comey is a corrupt lawyer that was in the Diddy trial. And Diddy did way more than prostitution and needs to be held accountable and suffer the penalty and consequences for the actual amount of crimes he's committed. Just lock him up and throw away the key. 2 lines down from that, I go, fuck Kash Patel. For those who don't know, Kash Patel is the leader of the FBI, and he is entrapped by his wife or girlfriend, whichever she is. That is a Mossad agent honeypot. They're in a honeypot operation, pardon me. 2 lines down from that, I go, up Schitt's Creek with no paddle, fuck Jay-Z and Desiree Perez. Need Tesla towers like Paris built, don't be fragile. And for those who don't know who Desiree Perez is, she's the Rock Nation label CEO, which is, of course, Jay-Z's label, and is a corrupt cultist, of course. And I also mentioned there, need Tesla towers like Paris built. The Eiffel Tower was actually a Tesla tower. And then, of course, they dismantled the crucial elements and parts that made it a Tesla tower. But that could have actually been something they implemented across Paris and been an unlimited free energy supply and source. And everywhere actually needs to unvault that technology and use it and implement it. 2 lines down from that, I go, David Geffen and Keanu Reeves, light as a feather. Which is really unfortunate. They're both gay. David Geffen is a head of a music label, and Keanu Reeves, unfortunately, is complying with all the Israel genocide stuff, and he actually did a bunch of gay stuff in order to get a bunch of acting gigs and roles, of course. 2 lines down from that, I use a double meaning of the word Taurus, actually a triple meaning. I use the word 3 times. There I go. Plant wheat and spinach, used to hotbox a Taurus. Like a type of car, Taurus, I used to drive and did hotbox and have a Taurus in the past. Then I went, he is vintage, made infamous, no limits. Really livid, the hindrance him getting on tour is a Taurus. Taurus, of course, which is referring to the sign of the zodiac, I am, which is Taurus. I'm born in April. Near the beginning of the 3rd verse, I go, fuck Harvey Levin and TMZ, be less hateable. Charlie Sheen rapes kids, you pig, he's insatiable. And he raped Carly Feldman, and that was confirmed. He's an insatiable sex addict and drug addict, and you need to stay away from him. Definitely keep your kids away from him. After that line I go, technically entertainment leagues rigged for bets, man. Some of your favorite athletes are gay pansies. Since 93, no Canadian teams held up Stanley. The same year, they hired a fake Jew, Gary Bettman. Some of these athletes are gay pansies, like Austin Matthews, for example, who's dating a tranny. Why is it since 93 no Canadian teams held up Stanley? Well, it's a Jewish, or fake Jewish, if you will, American-owned league, and they want American teams to win. That's where the money is. Because it's an entertainment league, technically on paper, they can pretend it's not, while actually rigging the games. After that section, I go, fuck their goons, it's a gong show. Don't weigh on it, going back to Toronto. And then I also go, 2 lines down from that, hit Marlon Wayans with the truth, you hatin' fag and denial combo. He weighs in. So 3 uses of the word weigh in there. Marlon Wayans has been going up to bat for Diddy and defending him despite the evidence, which is just beyond digging his hole deeper and really needs to stop. Accurately after that line, of course, I went, when in those rooms, they ain't trapping and plot. Like Stu need orange juice with a napkin on top. Which is a reference to the Hangover 2 scene where he had a napkin on top of his orange juice because he was reflecting on how he got drugged and roofied that way in the first movie when they were in Vegas. And when you're in those rooms, as I said in the song, that's something you should actually do and be mindful and aware of, and that's how they drugged you. They put shit in your drinks, right? Don't get diddied. And in the next line I go, Robert Downey acting soft, Diddy grabbing his buttocks, Megan Fox ruined her kids, MGK's whacking shot. Megan Fox is actually a man and tried to change his kid's sex or gender, if you will, and mutilated them doing so. MGK went out with Megan Fox, and they shared blood or drank blood or bunch of weirdo vampire shit. He's completely whacked and shot. Like I said before, Bull in a China Shop was a song idea and concept I had been bouncing around in my head for a while already, knowing that I wanted to make a song where I just talk about and reflect how I've been just going through the whole industry and just plowing through everyone. And unlike everyone else that plays gossipy high school subliminal games, I don't do that. I call people out directly. I deal with shit face on directly, which is very important. That's how always you should do if you want to keep your credibility, keep honest, communicate, and do good business no matter what it is in life.
Hey pop, it's like Pinocchio. Fuck OVO and the rodeo. Still cooking till on the road to go.